my first guest.
Thank you.
First guest.
Thank you.
Today I have my grandmother, Eunice Taylor Cicero, to tell you guys all about being the very first Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. Black Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. I think first off, what year was it that you became?
It was 1965, and we had no idea that we were even auditioning
For it.
to become cheerleaders for the Cowboys. They went to every black high school, Booker T. Washington, Lincoln, Pinkston, and James Madison.
So it was intentional. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. Dee had been on SRAM for 3 or 4 years to integrate the cheering squad so that it would reflect the team squad.
Okay. Who is Dee?
Dee Brock was the wife of Bob Brock, who wrote a syndicated column for the Dallas Times-Herald at that time, and she was over the cheerleaders.
Okay.
Yeah, and she orchestrated our practices and critiqued us and made sure we were on point and that we knew what we were doing. And finally, he just told her, just go ahead, do what you want, do what you want. And she and another lady came, they observed us. We did our cheers, went back to class. You know,
oh, that's another thing, because you guys were in high school.
Right.
But like what high school age? Like sophomore?
This was my junior year. It was, well, the coming year that we were going to be cheerleaders would have been my junior year. I was auditioning as a sophomore.
Got it. Were the white people who were already on the team, were they also in high school still?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We all had, in fact, you could not be a cheerleader for the Cowboys unless you were in high school, and you had to have male partners.
Okay.
Also. And that presented a problem for those of us in the black schools because we were it was just basically girls. But the drum major, who was Kenise Jackson, who was also my neighbor across the street, his mom taught school too, he became my partner.
Got it.
And the interesting thing is that they chose two. They chose myself, Eunice, and then they chose Harriet Morgan, also from LG Pinkston. And the interesting thing was Harriet and I looked very much alike. We could have been sisters because you were on the squad, but they divided you up. So you had a set of cheerleaders on one side of the field and a set of cheerleaders on the other. And Harriet would be on one side and I would be on the other. Then we'd, our sides would swap. We had practices on Saturdays before games. Dee taught at one of the high schools at that time, and she was.
And the high schools were not integrated yet. Okay.
No.
So was it weird when you guys would go to practice and it was whites and blacks?
No. We basically all did the same cheer. Okay. So it was very easy.
And you would perform together?
And we performed. We practiced together on those Saturdays. We got good at what we were doing. And so Sunday, it was just showtime.
And then none of the white girls treated you guys differently? Or that you noticed?
I must admit, coming up then, I never felt different or out of place. I was never made to feel uncomfortable. And I thank Dee a lot for that because I think she had a lot to do with that. None of the other cheerleaders treated you any differently. In fact, we were just kids. And I have noticed if you will leave children and kids alone, they manage to get along and to get along very well. And at that time, those was the 60s, there was a lot going on. A lot of change, a lot of protest, a lot of upheaval. but I didn't feel that kind of stress or that kind of tension there. And like we had dinner before the game every Sunday that there was a home game. You were in an area with the players' families, the whole lot. There was you never felt any different. You just, you felt a part of.
I feel like that's surprising. You don't hear that often during those times.
I think a lot of it had to do with Dee and the way
and like her expectations.
Right.
For
what her
Someone asked, what is one blessing and lesson that you learned from that experience?
What is one blessing
and lesson?
That really, there is no difference. We are all one people. And if you know Jesus Christ and you believe in him, we are all from that root, from that beginning. And if you have his love in your heart, that's all you need. That's all you need. And it's so refreshing when I look back. They just accepted me as a fellow cheerleader who knew her job, who knew what she was doing. And that's how we operated. We operated as a team. As a unit.
Do you think back then, like knowing the climate of everything, if there was someone who looked like me, for example, do you think it would be the same? Like a darker skin?
I do. I really
do.
Because my partner was dark.
I'll have to put the photo up for him. Right. I do remember. It was like good experience.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah. Which sounds like you said, based on the environment she created, made it a safe space.
A very safe and a very comfortable space.
Someone said, how did you feel confident walking into spaces where you were the only one? I know that feeling.
I've been the only one all my life.
I was like, I know that feeling. Were you there? Which you also had your partner there, so it wasn't just and her.
Right. And then I knew my craft. I knew what I was doing.
And what you were good at.
Right.
I feel that in the corporate space, a lot of times I'm the only Black person, and people ask me that, like, how can you work in these spaces where you're the only one?
Your craft. I'm there to do my job, and I can do it and do it good. Well. And that's the way we operated. Yeah. My parents set a high bar of excellence. Either you do it well or don't do it at all. Yeah. And that is the bar I have followed my entire life. It wasn't uncommon to be the only one. When I became a flight attendant for American, you could count us on your hand. It was so few. So it was just the norm.
Yep.
Just the norm.
Someone said, what were some of the obvious differences you faced from being the only Black person there? Any that you can call out at all? Or since were only the schools not integrated? Like, was it still segregation at that time?
The high schools, well, all of the schools,
like just in real life,
still segregated. Yeah.
But like, if you guys were out at a restaurant, was it still go through the back door, drink different water fountains, or was that all?
That was all coming into being.
Okay.
At that time.
So it was all happening at once.
It's kind of like, you know how a bomb just kind of slowly erodes? It was an erosion. Everything was, changes were just happening.
Okay. What did it feel like the moment you realized you made history? Because I think that's something I told them on Threads. I'm like, I didn't even find this out until college. So at what point was it not just, oh, I was a cheerleader for the Cowboys as a high schooler? What point was it wow, I actually made history? Did it like click?
That it registered finally with me. Probably that conversation we had.
Okay.
And you made me realize. Because I just took it as a process and that it went along with change. not thinking that
You open doors
Right.
for the girlies who look
Right.
like you.
Right. Just that it was something that was done, that needed to be done, that was accomplished. So that was one point you could check off the list and keep it moving forward. And as you guys know, my grandkids know, Granny gonna tell you, baby, dust yourself off, keep it moving forward, put a smile on your face, and let's go.
And I think that's how you didn't really like take the moment to sit still in it and be like, oh, that happened and that was that, like you said, until later. And it was like, oh, I did do that. What does it feel like to see your granddaughter carry and celebrate the history you made?
I am speechless. Speechless. I have such happiness and such joy when I think of you doing this. And I treasure you so much, so very much, each and every one of my grands, because I am blessed to have you in my life.
And
very, very blessed.
Okay, if there was anything that you were to leave the young Black women in this current climate with, what advice would you give them?
Love yourself. You are beautiful. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Don't doubt yourself. You may have to do it a different way, but that's okay. Just find the path that fits you and do you and be happy. Life is too short to be unhappy. We don't have that kind of time. It rolls by very fast, very fast. But just decide what you want to do and then go for it.
Yeah, just do it.
Go for it. If you can dream it, if you can think it, you can do it. Yeah. Just make your mind up.
That's the hardest part.
That's
so once you get past that,
that's it. It's deciding, making the choice.
Agreed. Tell the people how old you are.
77.
And she looks amazing. Amazing.
And shortly we'll be 78.
Wow. Wow. Well, thank you. All right, folks. Till next time.